Now on CoastTV News.
We have a yellow alert for excessive heat today. Heat advisories all across Delmarva. I'll tell you how hot it gets and how long it lasts coming up next.
Heads up drivers, school's back in session and it's time to amp up your road safety.
Early voting begins. We have what you need to know if you plan on going to the polls for Delaware's primary election.
Muting the music, that is what one loose brewery did, and we look at a hearing tonight that they hope will let the tunes play once again.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Wednesday, August 28th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Paige, if you like it hot, you're going to love today if you like it hot.
I like my coffee hot.
Yes.
It's very hot right now.
Maybe some hot wings.
I like hot wings.
Yeah.
I don't love my weather too hot.
Oh, well, then maybe you're not going to like today.
Maybe not today. Yeah, I think it's going to stay in today. No golf for me, anything like that. But let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahi now. Bob, we're kind of joking about the heat, but people need to be careful today.
They do indeed. Good morning, guys. And yeah, I like my coffee hot too. And I can deal with one really hot day, and that's what we're looking at today. A yellow alert, heat advisory. Sussex County, the immediate coast not under that because you'll just be a little cooler heat advisory as well. It's a Salisbury, it's a Maryland, and a little farther south too. And for the Eastern Shore, we also have a heat advisory. Out the door right now, we're in the 60s and low 70s, even some mid 70s at the beaches. 74, Rehoboth, 69, Georgetown, Delmarva at 68 as the winds are turning in out of the southwest. That will warm us up quickly today. Just a few clouds out there. I haven't noticed any fog. Visibility is pretty good. That said, do watch out maybe for limited visibility in places. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly sunny skies today. Any kind of fog or haze burns off early to mostly sunny skies and hot conditions. Upper 80s and lower 90s at noon by 1:30. Low to mid 90s, even 80s at the beaches, and then around 95 in Delmar and Millsboro, and pretty hot at the coast as well. Here's your day part forecast. We're looking at temperatures scorching today into the mid 90s to factor in the humidity and feeling like 99 to 103 away from the coast. But it's short lived. More on that, plus a cool down and a bit of an unsettled holiday weekend coming up in just a bit.
Thank you. Now, according to DelDOT, there have been 85 road-related deaths this year in Delaware. It's a 6% decrease from this time last year. But while road safety is important, of course, any time of year, it's even more important to be extra cautious now that school is starting.
And Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Milford. And Elisa, you learned some scary stats from DelDOT about school bus accidents last year.
Matt and Paige, I spoke with DelDOT, who says last year there were 214 school bus crashes, and that was actually 33% higher than in 2022. And right now I'm standing in front of Milford High School, and the Milford School District is back in session today, which means more students will be walking around and more school buses will be on the roads. And DelDOT says that they are actually seeing more pedestrian deaths this year than this time last year. And during the school year is not the only time when drivers need to be cautious, but anytime they sit behind the wheel, they need to be alert. DelDOT says when you see that big yellow bus stop, you need to also.
It takes a split second for a child to cross in front of a bus, thinking that, hey, everyone sees the lights, it's okay for me to cross. And, that could be a real tragedy because someone is impatient. So, again, it's just that time of year where it's good to be reminded of what those rules are and to put safety first.
DelDOT says even if a light tells you you're good to cross the street or you're in a crosswalk, to always double check to make sure it is safe, because you can't always trust that a driver is paying attention. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Elisa. Happening tonight, we look to get some clarity on that situation with the Big Oyster Brewery in Lewis and the dispute over their ability to play live music. It was earlier this month, Big Oyster announced it was canceling live music acts. So the management there learned about a complaint that was submitted to the Delaware Alcoholic Beverage Control Commissioner. It was about the music being loud enough to be heard and distracting in neighboring housing developments. All this will be addressed during a virtual hearing scheduled by the DABCC. Again, that will be tonight at 5.
A second dune breach at Northside Beach near the Indian River Inlet has one group now demanding action. The Delaware charter of the Surfrider Foundation's urging DelDOT, DNREC, and Delaware Seashore State Park to hold a public meeting this month citing dangerous conditions in the area. Surfrider saying efforts to protect Route 1 with large rocks have backfired. making the situation worse and putting public safety and tourism at risk. The group is asking the public meeting be held near the Indian River Inlet and be held virtually.
Happening today, the start of early voting in Delaware. This is for the state's primary election next month, and you can vote today through Saturday the 31st, as well as September 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then from September 4th through the 8th, the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We do have a list of early voting sites and also key races on CoastTV.com.
Planning for a new Georgetown police building, that's been on hold until October. Now, Monday night, the Georgetown Town Council had a public hearing to discuss plans for a new police department that's proposed to sit on University Drive. Some people say it shouldn't go in a part of town where only 1% of the people live. Others, like the police chief, say that location is ideal for a number of reasons.
So having a building there would be good for that area that we get called to extensively. Not to say that one little area we get called more than every other place in town. But one, the people that are actually working out of the building, the admin, the detectives and all that, could respond to anything out there.
The topic will be discussed again at the first town council meeting in October. The presentation shown at the meeting is linked on our article on CoastTV.com.
At least 2 firefighters were injured after a massive fire broke out at a restaurant in South Carolina on Tuesday. Just an incredible scene there. Thick black smoke could be seen for miles. Police say the House of Pizza restaurant fully engulfed in flames when they arrived on the scene. Cause of this fire has yet to be determined.
New rules in Sussex County are changing the construction timeline for future housing developments. County councils adopted a perimeter buffer ordinance. It promotes the use of existing woodlands as buffers, and it sets rules for tree removal and replacement. The county code will require buffers to be installed before homes are built. The ordinance takes effect in February of 2025.
Some help coming in the form of taxpayer money to the Chesapeake Bay watershed. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation announced 30 grants set to help restore and conserve habitats there. $8.9 million going towards projects for conservation and water quality improvements. The agencies say more than 10,000 acres of habitat will be conserved. Recreational access to 2,000 acres will be increased. One recipient of this is the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy.
Despite a controversial hire, even a lawsuit at one point, Rehoboth Beach spotlighting its city manager, Taylor Tedder, with a new monthly video series. It's called Tedder Talks. The first episode focused on the Rehoboth Beach Patrol. City officials say Tedder will speak with staff and community members about programs and issues that impact the city. This all comes as 2 Rehoboth Beach homeowners are suing the city over Tedder's hire, claiming it was against city charter.
Both political parties' candidates still on the campaign trail after an eventful day on Tuesday. Donald Trump being hit with a new indictment related to the 2020 election.
Yeah, the Department of Justice charging him with a revised package. This time, they're changing up just some of their wording. NBC's Alice Barr shows us what the department is alleging and how Trump is now responding.
This morning, a new effort to hold former President Trump criminally responsible for trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election, culminating in the January 6 Capitol attack. In a revised indictment, the Department of Justice charging Mr. Trump with the same 4 counts, including conspiracy to defraud the United States and obstruct an official proceeding, but stripping out references to certain official acts to comply with last month's Supreme Court decision that found former presidents are immune from prosecution for much of their official conduct while in office. Former President Trump slamming the new superseding indictment as persecution of a political opponent. He's long contended former presidents need absolute immunity to protect their power to act.
You're not going to do anything if you don't have immunity, because otherwise you're going to be prosecuted after you leave office.
In the new document, Special Counsel Jack Smith strikes some conduct the Supreme Court said was off limits, including the former president leaning on his Justice Department to support false claims of a rigged election. But it retains allegations about pressuring former Vice President Mike Pence into not certifying the election results.
What's added is lots and lots of language saying that Pence acted as either a candidate or as president of the Senate. In other words, not as an official piece of action. And that Trump was acting also in an unofficial way.
It all comes as the former president's re-election bid hits a critical stretch, campaigning in Wisconsin tomorrow as his rival, Vice President Harris, and running mate Governor Tim Walz kick off a bus tour in Georgia today. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
All right, we're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, Paige, coming up, Lewis gas station goes forward. We look at the changes from the original plan that were made to get approval from Sussex County Council.
Also, short-term rental regulations, the next steps for new rules being proposed in Ocean City.
And according to one financial agency, many 401k accounts now worth over $1 million. We look at the year trend of the retirement investment. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
18 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
America's Jazz Legacy lives at 2024's 12th Annual True Blue Jazz Festival, October 16th through the 20th, with the most significant artist lineup of any festival on the East Coast. Jazz legends like bassist Buster Williams, the voice of Mary Stallings, piano master Bill Charlap, plus powerhouse tenor saxman Jerry Weldon and renowned trumpeter Terrell Stafford. Don't miss the annual Saturday Big Band Jazz Marathon. Tops in local and regional jazz and free venues across Rehoboth and Lewis, Delaware for everyone. Visit truebluejazz.org. Get your tickets now.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
512 on our Wednesday morning. Visibility much better this morning than yesterday. Bay Health Cam, Dover 73. You can see it's a little hazy out there, and I've been checking visibility. We're about 5 to 10 miles. That said, still could be some pockets of limited visibility. But out the door, temperatures in the 60s and 70s, warmer than it has been. 74 in Bethany Beach right now. We've got a southwesterly wind and a little bit of cloudiness moving through. But the big story today is the one-day heat wave with temperatures into the 90s. With mostly sunny skies on the golf course. I putted it in the fair category on purpose, Matt, because it's just going to be so muggy and kind of miserable for golf or any outdoor activity. Excessive heat, 96. Make sure you have lots of water today.
All right, that's understandable, Bob. I get that. All right. Delaware Department of Transportation has announced that the Transportation Infrastructure Investment Fund has awarded 29 grants, totaling $51 million here. DelDOT says the grants have also helped create 9,500 jobs so far. This money goes to help infrastructure for new or developing businesses. And if you're considering applying for a TIF grant for your business, that deadline's approaching. It's coming up. It's on September 3rd. Drivers in Laurel, be aware of an upcoming road closure. DelDOT is closing down Taylor Mill Road for about a week. It starts next Thursday, September 5th. The road will be closed between Fire Tower Road and West Elliott's Dam Road. The DelDOT says crossroad pipes are being replaced. And this road is scheduled to reopen on September 13th.
The number of so-called 401k millionaires hit a new record high in the second quarter. That's according to Fidelity Investments. As of June, nearly 500,000 401k accounts had balances of $1 million or more. The average 401k balance across all participants, that's about $127,000. That average is up, though, 13% from this time last year. All right, there's no jackpot winner for Tuesday's Mega Millions drawing. That means the jackpot for Friday night goes to an estimated $627 million. No one's won the big prize since June 4th. In fact, only 2 people have actually won the Mega Millions this entire year. All right, let's all try it out. Still ahead this morning, Ocean City rental regulations. We're talking new rules and what's being proposed in the beach town that one visitor thinks would be a positive addition.
Looking a little hazy, maybe a little foggy in Salisbury this morning. A quick warm up to 80 by mid-morning. It's going to be a day of excessive heat with a yellow alert. But just one day, we cool down with increasing showers beginning tomorrow. Unsettled holiday weekend, not a washout. Forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we have the top warm getaway spots to help plan your fall, plus expert tips to help your kids smoothly transition to daycare and learn why the walk to end Alzheimer's makes a difference. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Shop, play, learn, explore at the OCRV and Van Lifestyle Show, the premier gathering for RV enthusiasts and outdoor lovers. From October 31st to November 3rd, the Ocean City Convention Center transforms into a hub of excitement and exploration. With RVs, custom vans, e-bike, golf cart, and boat test ride zones, seminars, water sports, power sports, and a wide selection of the latest gear, you'll find everything you need to enhance your next adventure. Enjoy BMX and skateboarding competitions, tiki boat cruises, and more. Buy tickets and explore with us at OCRVshow.com.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Time is 5:17, and you are looking live now at Dover. Things pretty calm there in the capital region. And Bob, we do have those conditions today that have triggered a yellow alert. We talked about it earlier. So can you tell us again what goes into making that call?
Absolutely, Matt. And typically a yellow alert, we usually reserve that for rainfall amounts of about a ½ inch to an inch and stormy conditions. Now, that could occur tonight, a slight chance of that, but we've also issued it in the past for heat, and we have that today. So we wanted to reserve it for the excessive heat, which is in place with the heat advisory across Sussex County. You can see the coast is not in this heat advisory. That said, you'll still be feeling like 90s there, but inland, this is where it'll be feeling at triple digits around Salisbury, Snow Hill, and Pittsville. And really, all of Delmarva is under this heat advisory, including the eastern shore, and that goes until this evening. You want to stay inside in air conditioning, and I want to add to the air quality is not so great. So if you suffer from respiratory problems, it's best to stay inside. 96, whew, yeah, a scorcher, but it's one day and then it starts cooling off. 81 tomorrow, 80 on Friday. Big cool down as our flow comes off the ocean, and then a little warmer into Saturday and Sunday into the middle 80s. And our muggy meter, yeah, we're pretty muggy to humid the next few days. In fact, very humid as we go into the holiday weekend. But we have a sharp cold front heading through early next week, and we get into the comfy range in a hurry. Labor Day and points beyond. Temperatures right now into the 60s and 70s, so a warmer morning than it has been as we have a bit of a southwest breeze, and it's going to get hot in a hurry today. A little bit of cloudiness, but all in all, it's mostly clear across Delmarva. A little bit of a trough back to the west And that could kick off a storm or two later this evening. But there's a front farther to the north and west. You can see the storminess around Chicago, and that will head our way tonight and could trigger a better chance of some showers and storms. Here's Futurecast this morning, quickly warming through the 80s. A few clouds out there by noon already. Low 90s inland, 80s and 90s at the beaches. By 3 o'clock, around 96 in Long Neck, Millsboro 95, Delmarva 95, even 82 in Fenwick Island. When it's in the 80s out there, you know it's hot and very hot through the evening hours. Then that cold front slides through this evening. We could see some showers and storms, especially northern Sussex County into Kent and Newcastle counties, maybe some gusty winds and heavy rain, maybe some small hail. And then by Thursday morning, we start to see the flow coming in off the ocean and we start to cool it down. So instead of 90s, we're seeing highs only in the low 80s by tomorrow afternoon. 70s at the beaches, much more refreshing. A few more clouds and maybe some showers as well. Do want to mention this. We have a level 1 and 2 threat for severe weather tonight. Now, this might be a little overdone by the Storm Prediction Center, but we could be looking at maybe small hail and gusty winds with some of those storms overnight. But this afternoon, it's going to be a cooker, feeling like 100 to 103 inland and 90s at the beaches. And then it cools down. We have the clouds, some showers on Friday. Looks like some of that rain could intensify Friday night. So the holiday weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday looking a little unsettled. Here's Saturday afternoon, a little showery. Sunday, some showers, especially in the morning hours, maybe lingering into early afternoon. And then it does clear out and gets much drier on Labor Day. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. Hot today, 96 with the yellow alert, and then 81 Thursday, 80 Friday with some storms, and then it's warmer into the weekend. Hit and miss showers and storms, won't be a washout. Then Labor Day, 82, and then by Tuesday, 77, much drier, lows in the 50s. Umbrella winner today is Lynn Becker from Lewis. Congratulations, Lynn. You have an umbrella. Brand new one from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. We have developing news out of Ocean City. Officials there are looking to tack on more regulations to short-term rentals. This includes having the minimum length of stay be at least 7 days. These would be short-term rentals that are single-family homes and manufactured housing. Another potential rule here is regulating how many people can stay in short-term rentals. The council hopes it will decrease noise in the town. We went to Ocean City to learn what people there think about this. One woman we spoke to agrees with what is being proposed.
Downtown, with all the bars and stuff, they get rowdy at night, like about midnight or something like that.
Ocean City Council will be sending these proposed regulations to the Planning Commission for review. This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you think is the best minimum stay requirement for short-term rentals?
All right, let's see here. 48% of you say 3 days, but pretty close to that is 37% of you saying no minimum. Oh. Yeah, pretty different there. Just 2% of you saying 5 days, 13% of you say 7-day minimum. All right, whatever you're thinking, go ahead and vote. Go to CoastTV.com. You can scan that QR code on your screen or vote on the app. We'll continue to show you updated results later this morning. Coming up, though, on Coast TV News today, gas station going forward. We're talking about the latest change to a gas station set to be built in Lewis. Don't go anywhere.
Celebrate Labor Day weekend with Camp Rehoboth Community Center at Sun Festival 2024 in Rehoboth Beach. On August 31st, enjoy a night of comedy with stand-up comedian Joe Dombrowski.
He looked at me and he goes, "Ma'am, okay, that laugh was a hate crime."
Then on September 1st, dance the night away with DJs Robbie Leslie and Joe Gothrow. Don't miss the summer's biggest party at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. Get your tickets at camprehoboth.org.
Sponsored by Coast TV.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Hurricane season is here, which means power outages can strike anytime without warning. Don't get caught in the dark. Let the expert electricians at FH Fur install a Generac whole home standby generator, keeping your lights on, your family connected, and your home safe, no matter what. Call FH Fur today and get $1,000 off. Plus, for a limited time, we'll include a whole home surge protector absolutely free. When Mother Nature strikes, it's too late. Stay powered, stay safe with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness? If you've ever experienced the warning signs of bad circulation, then you need Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way. Soothe pain and calm restless legs. Reduce swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet and stimulate healthy circulation. Stay active with Legzercise Pro.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865, or go to getbullseyepro.com.
A new gas station scheduled to be built over on Route 24 and Mulberry Mill Road in Lewis. It's already been approved. Now, after an approval from Sussex County Council, it's going to get bigger. This latest change will increase the property size from 5,000 square feet to just under 6,000 square feet. One person in Lewis says this could be a beneficial addition to the highway.
If you're traveling through, or if you got a family, any place you need to pull over, use the bathroom, get something to eat. It comes to traffic with the convenience store, but it also has some upside as well.
This ordinance will also eliminate a 12,000 square foot office building nearby. The vote was passed unanimously at the meeting Tuesday afternoon.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey is back with us, and Paige also back with us at Summer Heat and Humidity.
Yeah.
For one day. One day? And then is this the end of the 90s for the entire summer? Question mark? We'll have to see about that. But anytime you see 80s at the beaches like this, you know it's hot, and it's going to be hot inland. But at the beaches, mid-80s today in Ocean City, Fenwick Island, around 88 later on. Rip current threat is low. UV index is high. Waves around 1 to 2 feet. In Lewis, upper 80s and lower 90s. So a toasty ride on the ferry up to Cape May. And Rehoboth, you're up to 90 today on the bay side. Look at this, 93 for a high in Cambridge, and feeling like triple digits. Maybe a little cooler in Crisfield. Could see some storms tonight. Then the heat wave is over, and then it's cooler. A little unsettled for the holiday weekend. Much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
Thanks. Also coming up after the break, police station put on pause. We're telling you about the debate over location of the new building and why officials say the spot they chose is ideal.
Also, DelDOT school safety. We will give you the dangerous statistics the agency is using to emphasize the importance of road safety all year long.
And we're operating under a yellow alert day for the high heat. We're going to give you some ways to stay cool as summer ends with a bang. CoastTV News will be right back.
Middays with April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through my workday.
She plays my favorite songs.
She helped me find my furry friend.
She's always making me smile.
Listening to April is the best way to get through my workday.
She makes me feel special.
Middays with April, weekdays from 10 to 3 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Critter Getters.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Don't mistake Nanos for cheap amplifiers. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids, which means no more having to go to a doctor and spend thousands. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Order right now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Now on CoastTV News. We have a yellow alert for excessive heat today with heat advisories all across Delmarva. I'll tell you how hot it gets and how long it lasts coming up next.
Heads up drivers, school's back in session and it's time to amp up your road safety.
Early voting begins. What you have to know if you're going to plan on going to the polls for Delaware's primary election.
New development directives, the policy for buffers in future housing developments in Sussex County.
This is CoastTV News Today.
August 28th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pence. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Time is 5:30 as we make our way on a Wednesday. A hot Wednesday is in store for all of us.
Yes, very, very hot. Hot enough that our meteorologists are making it a yellow alert day.
Yep, they pulled the trigger on that one.
Yes. Not as bad as a red alert day.
No.
But not as much as a, a
yellow caution.
Just be careful. Yeah, so take it easy today. I don't know about you guys. I wouldn't go for any hot runs middle of the day. I
had that on the agenda. Hot,
did you?
Sweat off a couple pounds, 20, 30 maybe.
That's good for you. You're not going to catch me out there. But definitely be careful if you're going out there today. We'll bring in Bob right now. Bob, kind of just summer saying goodbye, isn't it?
It is. This is summer's swan song, and I can see Matt out there in that rubber suit. Isn't it the wrestlers that jog around in rubber suits when it's like 150 degrees? Yeah, no, you don't want to do that today. Yellow alert, very hot day, and then the air quality is not so great either. If you have respiratory problems, stay in air conditioning, filtered air today. All right, so heat advisory away from the coast today for Sussex County, back into Maryland for Salisbury as well, and also the Eastern Shore. Pretty much all of Delmarva is under this heat advisory, and we're already in the 60s and low 70s, even some mid-70s at the beaches. Rehoboth 74, 72 in Millsboro. Right now, Seaford 71, as we have a southwesterly breeze. So that's mixing things up a little bit, and just a little bit of cloudiness moving through. But the big story is the building heat, sinking air with high pressure today, and that will give us a one-day heat wave. So Futurecast quickly warming us up already by 10 a.m. Low to mid 80s, even 80s at the beaches, and then we're into the 90s this afternoon, and by mid-afternoon, well into the mid-90s away from the coast, and even some 90s around Lewis and Rehoboth with 80s farther to the south. A very hot evening on the way. UV index today, sponsored by Ocean City. It's very high. It's an 8. Burn time is 15 minutes, but this is the last day as the clouds increase in the next few days, and we're into the medium range, in fact, Friday into the weekend. But be careful out there today in the heat and stay in AC if you can.
Well, as Bob just mentioned, there are still a few weeks left of summer season going out scorching hot. Those temperatures reaching record highs, not just here in several U.S. cities this week. Tens of millions are under some sort of heat advisory. Some people are getting outside earlier or maybe taking to the pools to avoid that oppressive heat.
This year, there have been 85 road-related deaths in Delaware. We're getting that from DelDOT. This is a 6% drop compared to 2023. And this time of year, we all have an extra focus on road safety with the start of school on Delmarva.
Definitely. Coast TV's Elisa Weber is in Milford. Elisa, you learned some very scary statistics from DelDOT about school bus accidents last school year.
Matt and Paige, I spoke with DelDOT, who said that last year there were 214 school bus crashes, and that was actually 33% higher than in 2022. And right now I'm standing in front of Milford High School, and the Milford School District begins school today, which means more students will be walking around and more school buses will be on the roads. And now during the school year is not the only time when drivers need to be cautious, but anytime they sit behind the wheel, they need to be alert. DelDOT says when you see that big yellow bus stop, you need to also. DelDOT also says even though a light may tell you it's okay to walk or you're in a crosswalk, always double check it is safe and never assume drivers are paying attention.
Yeah, and at least we are starting to see that school activity on our roads, on our streets. Even more schools will begin after Labor Day.
Yeah, and Lisa, DelDOT says even though the number of fatalities is down, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, Matt and Paige, even though that number is slightly down, DelDOT says that they're actually seeing more pedestrian deaths this time than they were last year. Back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much. Well, desks covered with loads of papers. That's the current scene for many officers at the Georgetown Police Department. Town Council held a public hearing on Monday to discuss the plans for a new police department.
Yeah, there the department shared a presentation that included photos of their workspace. Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings takes us inside the current department and what officers there are dealing with.
Closing the door of a detention pod at the Georgetown Police Department. A pod that might not even be fit for someone being held in custody. One of the main concerns at Monday's hearing was the requested amount of $18 million. Mayor Bill West says the number sounds scarier than it is.
No, we're doing an appraisal on the property. And we've developed a private-public partnership is what this is about. So we don't have to take any money out of pocket to pay for that. And that's a great opportunity.
The decision to table the conversation was disheartening to some, but for Georgetown Police Chief Ralph Holm, it still gives him hope.
So I get that, and hopefully over these couple weeks from now until first meeting in October, maybe people can ask more questions. We're having informational sessions still, and then we'll have another discussion on October, and talk to some people, come up with some alternatives.
This small locker room space is supposed to accommodate 25 officers. And here you can see the conditions of the walls inside. Where I'm standing right now could be a fully equipped police department and public works office in anywhere from just 12 to 18 months. The City Council will pick this topic back up at their first meeting in October. In Georgetown, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
Happening tonight, we look to get some clarity on that situation with the Big Oyster Brewery in Lewis and the dispute over their ability to play live music. It was earlier this month, Big Oyster announced it was canceling live music acts. So the management learned there was a complaint submitted to the Delaware Alcoholic Beverage Control Commissioner. It was about music being loud enough to be heard and distracting in neighboring housing developments. All this will be addressed during a virtual hearing scheduled by the DABCC. Again, that will be tonight at 5.
A second dune breach at Northside Beach near the Indian River Inlet has one group now demanding action. The Delaware chapter of the Surfrider Foundation is urging DelDOT, DenRec, and Delaware Seashore State Park to hold a public meeting this month citing dangerous conditions in that area. Surfrider says efforts to protect Route 1 with large rocks have backfired, making the situation worse and putting public safety and tourism at risk. The group is asking the public meeting be held near the Indian River Inlet as well as virtually.
Happening today, the start of early voting in Delaware. This is for the state's primary election next month. You can vote today through Saturday the 31st as well as September 3rd. Those times, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then from September 4th through the 8th, the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We do have a list of early voting sites on CoastTV.com.
New rules in Sussex County changing the construction timeline for future housing developments. County Council adopted a permanent buffer ordinance. It promotes the use of existing woodlands as buffers, and it sets rules for tree removal and replacement. The county code will require buffers to be installed before homes are built. This ordinance will take effect in February of 2025.
Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, Ocean City Police moving where one of their speedboards is located, but they say sparked a change in what will happen to its previous spot now that the physical reminder is gone.
Also wasting little time, one of the Nationals' top prospects making an impact in a game that also helped out the Orioles.
And plans to protect the Georgetown Circle. We're going to show you the first of many meetings to improve safety in the area after multiple crashes. Stick with us on Coast TV News Today.
We salute Logan Faust. Sergeant Logan Faust, a dedicated combat medic in the Delaware National Guard, has exemplified service beyond the call of duty, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Activated by Governor Carney, Sergeant Faust played a crucial role in safeguarding the health of Delaware citizens. He provided vital patient care, conducted virus testing, and administered vaccinations across Newcastle and Sussex counties, notably at AI DuPont Hospital. Currently, he continues to serve as both a recruiter and medic. Sergeant Faust and his wife are joyfully anticipating the arrival of their first child. We salute his ongoing commitment to his state and nation, honoring both his professional and personal dedication.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to CoastTVSalutes.com.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, we have the top warm getaway spots to help plan your fall, plus expert tips to help your kids smoothly transition to daycare and learn why the walk to end Alzheimer's makes a difference. Today at 4 on Coast TV.
How many times have you tried to clean a stubborn mess but end up with no success? What you need is the all-new waterproof Ruby Horsepower, the new cordless and rechargeable power scrubber that cleans faster and easier, guaranteed. Watch, baked on oven grease is no match. It blasts away dirt and grime in no time. The power comes from our rotating brushes, spinning at 350 RPM. The incredible torque fights calcium, mildew, mold, and more. Take it in the kitchen, where it busts through caked-on crud, or outside and tackle tough tasks with ease. Get your Ruby Horsepower with 4 additional attachments, all for just $39.99. Great news! They're in stock and ready to ship. Due to high demand, only 2 per order. Order now.
Call 1-800-455-0217. That's 1-800-455-0217 or visit horsepowerscrubber.com. So call 1-800-455-0217 now.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Hi, this is Jimmy Hoppa inviting you to join us as we take the cross to the country. Christian country and Southern gospel, all to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Taking the cross to the country, Sunday mornings at 8 on Coast Country, sponsored by Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling.
Get the Coast TV News app, the latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices.
541 on our Wednesday morning. Dry tech cam in Ocean City. Visibility much better this morning. Bit of a breeze, 71 degrees. We're in the 60s and 70s, so we're having a warmer start this morning with that southwesterly breeze. Pretty light right now. Temperatures will skyrocket today. We have a little bit of cloudiness moving through. There could be a little bit of fog this morning, but not expecting anything widespread. The big story today is the heat, the one-day heat wave on the way. And of course, school is in session, as we know, and slow down around those buses. And make sure the kids have a jug of water heading off to school. It's going to be a hot one. 70 off to school, and then heading home 95, but feeling like triple digits. Very hot and humid. Another way to get your forecast is a Coast TV First Alert weather phone. It's sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mendalis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Lots of damage, lots of taxpayer dollars too. Georgetown Circle's been a point of concern after several car crashes. Now a new Circle committee is brainstorming ideas for how the town can stop these accidents from happening. 9 community members are tasked with coming up with a plan to improve safety, also while maintaining the beauty of the existing Circle. It's a landmark that has dotted Georgetown since the early 1790s.
It's the things that make your towns unique that make people want to come to them. And our Circle has been a foundation for a long time, so we're going to try to keep that.
We've got to try something to eliminate property damage, personal injury, and keep the Circle beautiful.
We start with just 1 or 2 ideas, and by the end we had about 20 different things to look at, which is good, and that's the type of stuff we should be looking at.
And Tuesday marked just the first meeting of the committee with some recommendations that could help solve this ongoing problem sometime in the next 6 months.
It only took 2 major league games for Dylan Crews to make his presence known, going 2 for 4 at the plate and helping the Nats defeat the Yankees 4-2 in Game 2 of the series. Let's see how it all went down. In the bottom of the second, no score, 1 on for the Nats, and Crews sails this pitch from Garrett Cole back to left, and it bounces off the bottom of the wall, and Crews treks to second for the rookie's first big league double. Jumping to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Nats on the 2-2 pitch to Andres Chaparro. He crushes this fastball to left field. It's gone. The solo shot is his first career home run, 2-0 Nats. An electric inning for Washington. Next batter, first pitch to Jose Tena, showing his power, smashes his second career home run. The Nats hit back-to-back bombs for the second time this season. Nationals up 3-0. Bottom 6, Tim Miza pitching now for New York, and Crews taps a slow roller, and the throw to first gets away. Crews advances to second base on the Yankees era, a rough inning for New York defensively, and Crews wasn't done. He goes for third base, and the ump rules him safe. Another career first for Crews in this game. Nats lead 4-0. In the ninth, 4-2 Nats now. But Torres flies out to right field, and the Nats hold on, defeating the Yankees 4-2, tying the series at 1. Game 3 decides the series between the Yankees and Nationals tonight at 6:45 p.m. Reporting from Washington, D.C. for the Delmarva Sports Network, I'm Michelle Roberts.
We're starting to see daylight right now on our Dover camera, Bay Health, and we're looking at a mix of clouds and blue skies. It's a yellow alert day for excessive heat, but just one day, and then we do cool down with increasing showers and an unsettled Labor Day holiday weekend. Don't cancel your plans. Your forecast details in 2 minutes.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
The Shorebird summer is coming to a close on the Delmarva Sports Network. Watch their last home series live. From the first crack of the bat, to the big plays, to the roar of the crowd. Experience every moment as it happens on the Delmarva Sports Network. Your Delmarva Shorebirds battle the Salem Red Sox tonight at 7. Tune in for these action-packed games live, only on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Smell funky? Get Skunky, the shower anywhere sponges that clean all your funky parts from your head to your feet and everything in between. Just add water, work it into a rich lather, and it's ready to use. Skunky effectively lifts and removes oil and dirt from your skin and hair without any rinsing required. Just towel dry and you're done without any sticky residue. Skunky is ideal for contractors or anyone who works outdoors. A hiking, fishing, or camping trip wouldn't be complete without Skunky. Skunky is a game changer for all ages and a must for elder care. Call now and get 20 Skunky 60-second shower pads for only $9.99. But wait, order now and we'll send you 5 more absolutely free. That's 25 showers for only $9.99. There's a strict limit of 1 family pack per order at this incredibly low price. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-615-9517 or visit GetSkunky.com. That's GetSkunky.com. Order now.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Time is now 5:47 on your Wednesday morning. We are going to take a live look, see what's going on in Ocean City. We know not too much happening in OC right now, Bob, but it's going to get hot, just like the rest of Delmarva.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot day, Paige, but the good news is it's short-lived. It's only one day of hot weather. It is a yellow alert, usually reserved for storms and rain and wind, but this time around it is for the heat. And we do have a heat advisory for much of Delmarva, excluding the immediate coast. Sussex County is in that, as well as Kent County to the north, and then farther south, Salisbury, and then towards Pittsville. But you can see the coast is not under that that heat advisory. You'll have feels like temperatures in the 90s, but triple digits inland. And for the eastern shore, you also have a heat advisory. You see, it sticks up like a sore thumb on our 5-day temperature trend. 96 today, but then it's back to 81, a sharp cool down, so to speak, tomorrow with an easterly flow. A high of only 80 on Friday, so it does cool down. And then for the weekend, it does warm up again with temperatures into the mid 80s. And it's kind of muggy as well. That's why we're bordering on dangerous heat today with the humid conditions, very humid as we go into the Labor Day weekend, and then a sharp downturn, I should say, in the humidity as we go into early next week as it becomes more comfortable, and we'll see those temperatures trailing off as we go into next week. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s out the door right now, and the winds are out of the southwest. So we had that dense fog yesterday morning, but that wind mixing things up a little bit of cloudiness floating through. Otherwise, we're looking at mostly quiet conditions. There are some showers off to our north or west. We have this little trough to our west. That's a prefrontal trough, and that could kick off some storms later this afternoon, but I think a better chance of storms with a front off to our north and west across the Midwest. So Futurecast has us warming up quickly today, 80s, and then by noon, already lower 90s showing up inland with 80s at the beaches. By 3 o'clock, mid-90s inland from Millsboro to Seaford, and even along the coast, you are into the 80s as well. Very hot inland at 6 o'clock, and then as we go through the overnight, we're going to see that front dropping through, I think, northern Sussex County into Kent County. That's your better chance of seeing some feisty showers and storms, maybe some small hail and gusty winds overnight as this front moves through. And then we turn the winds to the east on Thursday, an onshore wind, and we're looking at temperatures into the 80s. That's it, lower 80s for highs, and even cooling into the 70s with that easterly wind. We do have a level 1 and 2 risk of seeing severe weather across the area tonight. That's a marginal to slight risk. I think the SBC might be overdoing this a little bit, but we could see that chance of a little bit of hail, gusty winds, especially the farther north you go. And then as we go through time, we just saw those heat indices. I want to go back to that real quick. Feeling like 98 to 103 this afternoon, very hot. And then into the holiday weekend, Friday, the big getaway day, we're seeing some showers. And then on Saturday, I think we're in and out of the showers as well. Even Sunday, some showers. But then the good news is humidity drops and we dry it out moving into your Labor Day. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Stay inside today if you can. It will be hot, 96. Cools down as we go through Thursday and Friday, hit and miss showers and storms. But then warmer Saturday and Sunday, still a little wet, still a little stormy. Labor Day 82 and then cooler 77 on Tuesday and mostly cloudy skies.
Thank you, Bob. Slowing down in Ocean City, the police department there moved one of their speed boards to a new location. The sign will now sit at 65th Street after police say they noticed an increase in speeding in the area. For the past few years, it had been on 142nd Street. However, police officers say they will still be there too, keeping an eye on speeding.
Milford's inviting you to weigh in on some plans for a new park on Rehoboth Boulevard. The proposed Deep Branch Park would be built right on that location you're looking at. It's a 19-acre plot of land that the city purchased back in 2021. City officials say you can check out the park's potential features during an open house September 12th. That's from 5 to 7 at Milford City Hall.
As we head into September, you might be seeing more of the invasive spotted lanternfly here on Delmarva. And while they're colorful, possibly pretty, they do damage plants and trees in several parts of the Northeast and Midwest. The Department of Agriculture recommends that you squish the bug if you spot one. Squish that bug, Paige.
I actually do step on those a lot. I kind of make a game out of it. Okay, coming up on CoastTV News today, CDC says vaccines in young people have decreased since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. What one doctor says about how that's impacting treatments for one illness common in teens.
Draper Media presents the Shore Living Expo, celebrating health, wealth, and home. Saturday, September 7th from 10 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. Sponsored by Spicer Brothers and Pohanka. Great demonstrations and interviews with Delmarva Life's Lisa and Jimmy on the expo stage, along with prizes and fun. Plus, meet your favorite Draper Media TV and radio talent. From crafts to home services, boats, cars, and RVs. This is a free event you don't want to miss. Go to WBOCevents.com. See you at the Shore Living Expo. Join the Harry K Foundation for the Fashion for Charity Girls Night Out October 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Shellville Village in Rehoboth Beach. Indulge in cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, a fashion show, and shopping on this evening of fashion, food, friends, and philanthropy. Tickets are $48 with benefits going to the Harry K Foundation, working to defeat childhood hunger throughout Delaware. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org. Sponsored by CoastTV.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-263-0608. That's 1-800-263-0608 or go to vacutrim.com.
Intruders are more likely to target homes with dark zones. Take the bullseye off your house and turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a high-tech security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. During the day, it's disguised as a high-tech security camera. It's completely wireless and installs in just seconds. Powered by solar panels, no batteries needed. It adjusts a full 360 degrees. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. But wait, we can also include a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll give you free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. So call 1-800-316-1548 or go to buybionic360.com.
It's no secret the COVID-19 pandemic led to a dip in routine childhood vaccinations. Overall, vaccination coverage among teens eligible for free shots has stabilized, according to the CDC.
Yeah, however, a new report from the agency shows a troubling trend for the vaccine that protects against human papillomavirus, or HPV. Mandy Gaither has a look at the data and explains why experts are concerned.
Every year in the U.S., nearly 37,000 people are estimated to be diagnosed with a cancer caused by an HPV infection.
In some cases, this virus is the body just clears it on its own, but not always.
HPV can cause 6 types of cancer: anal, cervical, throat, penile, vaginal, and cancer of the vulva. But the CDC says HPV vaccination could prevent more than 90% of these cancers from ever developing.
As pediatricians, we are working to encourage parents to vaccinate their children against HPV because we know this is so important for their futures.
Dr. Caroline Weingart with Nationwide Children's Hospital says children's bodies respond best to the vaccine. It's recommended for preteens at 11 or 12 years old, but can be started as early as age 9. However, a CDC report finds HPV vaccination coverage has not improved since the pandemic. Of those eligible to receive this recommended vaccine at no cost, children born in 2010 were more than 10 percentage points lower than those born in 2007 when it comes to being up to date with HPV vaccination.
Parents can schedule well checks with their pediatrician and family doctor, and they can ask their doctor about any recommended vaccinations that their child may need and get their children caught up if they are in need of anything.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, time is now 5:56. We're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And today's coastal pet of the day is a creature who doesn't usually reside on Earth.
Oh.
Ralphie, the Ewok, is here to grace your screen this morning. Delmarva must be a big change from where he's used to, which I believe, and Paige, you're the expert here. Ewoks live on Endor. This character straight out of Star Wars was submitted to us by Kathy in Georgetown.
I'm a semi-expert. I'm marrying a Star Wars expert. So it's
like half an expert.
Yeah, half an expert. I'll check in with him. But don't forget, we do want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Keep sending us those photos. Tell us what makes them so special.
Scan the QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
All right, it is now 5:57. It's time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, Bob, a day that might be too hot to be in the hot tub.
Yeah, don't want to be in the hot tub. But remember the furry friends, too. They want to stay cool. Make sure they have a lot of cold water and a cool place today. Everybody wants to stay in AC if you can. If you're outside, take frequent breaks as we're warming into the mid-90s later on. And with the humidity feeling like triple digits inland, even 90s at the beaches. But it's a one-day heat wave. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We go from 96 to 81. Some showers Thursday. A little more refreshing. Some storms Friday. Unsettled for the holiday weekend. Not a washout. Mid-80s Saturday and Sunday. Labor Day, it dries out. And then it's a nice sustained cool down next Tuesday through Friday with 70s and then 50s at night.
Coming up in our next hour, back to school road worries. This as we learn some troubling data about crashes involving pedestrians in Delaware. That and more when Coast TV News Today continues.